Hey y'all, I'm Shayna, and we're back with Married to Medicine. We had a little hiatus, but we are back with season 10, episode 8. Take a Nappa. I was ready to take a Nappa, okay? I was dozing off. I said, where is Miss Quad? Miss Quad. Y'all let her go too soon. We got to go through the rest of the season with this boring mess, but okay, we'll get there real quick before we jump into it though with both feet. If y'all can do me a solid, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to watch all the way through. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. If you are, welcome back. Thank you. Hey, leave me a comment. Y'all know I always talk back, okay? We're going to have a conversation down in the comment section. We're going to talk about it. You're going to share this video and tell a friend about the channel because it's forever growing, okay? It's just January. We want to see this channel like grow. We want it to reach the people by leaps and bounds, okay? Let's go ahead and get into it. So we pick up still in Napa on Toya's trip without Quad, Heavenly in her wig. Heavenly. You in this wig. Anyway, she cussing at Jackie, telling her she need to eat her food because, they sharing a sweet. She takes an unnecessary shot at Sweet Tea, and I'm like, didn't you just apologize to her? Leave Sweet Tea alone. I saw they were still going at it. I ain't watched the video, but I saw somewhere that Heavenly made some very, very terrible comments regarding Sweet Tea's fertility. I actually like Heavenly, but I don't like that. I do not like that. Maybe that's why her and Dr. Jackie are friends. We know how they get down, how they like to take shots at people with fertility issues. Allegedly. It ain't really alleged because it happened, but allegedly. Heavenly says she's leaving early. She's graduating, so she got to get back to see her baby graduate, okay? I probably wouldn't even came on the trip. I'd have been too busy getting ready for that graduation, all right? But she fulfilled her contractual obligations, and now it's time to get back to Atlanta. Heavenly jokes about how she, because she was talking about when the Lord goes to college, she's like, as long as she don't, trap nobody. They brought up Heavenly trapping Dr. Damon Daddy. And she like, look, I'm from the hood. This man about to be a doctor. Like, girl, what was I supposed to do? Girl, you was supposed to let him go. And if he wanted you, he would have just proposed anyway. You had to trap him. Child of work. But ladies, especially young ladies watching this, don't do what Heavenly did. See, Heavenly could get away. She was at the tail end of a time where people used to have shame. Okay. Shame and all that has gone out the window. Baby mama, baby daddy culture is the norm. All right. If you want to get rid of a man quick, fast, in a hurry, I'm talking about a speeding light, have his baby. If you like, I'm tired of this relationship. How can I get rid of him for good? Have his baby. That'll do it. Okay. That will end it fast. Be lucky if you make it to the baby's first birthday, okay? I'm just saying, you don't want to try to trap them. It really don't work. And nowadays, it's the men trying to trap the women. The women like, I don't want this. It's the men trying to do the trapping. All this trapping is ridiculous. I want somebody to marry me because you wanted to, not because I got pregnant. But I digress. Anywho, but it worked for them. Shout out to them. And we did see a flashback of Heavenly and Dr. Jackie going at it 10 years ago. And Heavenly making a comment about what Dr. Jackie said about that lady's weight. I ain't forget about that. Dr. Jackie, y'all fave though, but she used to be so nasty, so rude. Moving on, in Toya's room, the new girls are entering. Toya said that mud baths are on the agenda for the day. I said, why? Out of all the things to do in a spa, why would mud bath be on your list? But I guess. The other ladies arrived. Everyone got on crop tops and everything. I said, okay. All right. Listen, we working our bodies off. We getting our bodies done. Listen, we showing it off, okay? Even though Dr. Jackie had on a crop top and it had a trench coat on top. Like, Inspector Gadget, where are you going? But whatever. Sweet Tea aggressively pops the champagne bottle. I don't even know if they drunk the champagne. And Dr. Simone gonna say, I hope you don't grab Gregory's manhood like that, all aggressive like that. I said, girl, whatever Sweet Tea doing, he like it, honey. It worked. Keep doing it, girl. Don't listen to these women. Shoot, Cecil ain't had his manhood grabbed in the last 10 years. So Yeah. Anyway, um, Toya splits up the group for the spa day. Phaedra arrives late. She said she had the BGs, the bubble guts. What a lame excuse. Like, girl, you was just late. But I'm gonna keep it real. I forgot Phaedra was there. I really don't see why Phaedra's on the show. She can go. This can be grand opening, grand closing. Like as soon as she came, was as quick as she can go. She adds no value, just like I thought she wouldn't. I thought she'd bring a little more mess. She ain't even doing that. So the ladies who went to the spa, they talking about foul smells and the mud bath stank and it's hot and steamy on top of that. Ugh, that don't sound relaxing at all. It sounds like a punishment. Jackie, Heavenly, and Sweet Tea, they're like in the vineyard drinking wine and eating from the charcuterie board. And Sweet Tea trying to make little jokes. They ain't feeling it. Sweet Tea going in, calling the ladies elderly, and once again saying they're old enough to be her grandmother. Dr. Jackie might be. That might be true. But that don't matter. Sweet Tea, the way you've been dressing, the way y'all dress down, y'all look like y'all could be around the same age. I ain't gonna lie to you, okay? I ain't gonna lie to you. This trip is just so boring. And girl, why stop talking about people being old? Your husband is in the same age range. Like, enough. Girl, stop. All this age shaming. You age shaming them. They are age shaming Sweet Tea, acting like, oh, you a baby and all this stuff. She's grown. Everybody just respect everybody. Well, it ain't gonna happen. So anyway, Slim Thick Dr. Eugene visits Cecil to smoke cigars. In the confessional, Simone's like, I hate cigar smells. Like, take your clothes off when you're doing that. When you get in the house, I don't jump immediately in the shower. I went to a cigar lounge with some old friends. I don't know why we went there, but I was like, I'm going to go, just to experience it. Ooh, the air was so thick. I tried to smoke. It was so thick and nasty. Like, just, gross. I don't know if that's where ladies go when they were trying to get them, a good man with a little coin or something. But sitting there in that old thick, smoky air giving me a headache, I can't do it. There got to be another place. It got to be something else. Find somebody else to do it. Like, I'm glad I did it just to say I did it, but I never want to do it again. But Cecil was like, ooh, I'm so glad Simone is gone. I don't got to deal with that nagging no more, or whatever he said. So, they talk about Dr. Alicia, that's the friend of, who's starting to get a little more speaking lines. At first, they ain't put her name up there. And I was like, dang, what is her name again? I had to wait for somebody to say it. Dr. Alicia is cool and everything, but she can go with Phaedra. Sorry, girl. It's just, I don't know. Maybe they need to give her a little more time, but it's just seeing your barbaric husband and y'all with these old school gender roles. It's just, we see it all the time. Like, I need somebody else. I want to see a young couple who, like, in love, like, and happy. Not with the man, running the household with like some type of dictatorship. I'm tired of seeing that. But the men, they were like, yeah, he's a trip. So he just now watched his kids for the first time ever for a weekend in 5 years. And the way he was talking to her was like caveman-like. And, we got some strong wives who ain't going to tolerate that. They tell us what to do. They run the show. Even Toya, who don't even work, she running the ship. So they like, yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. It ain't. Back over there with the ladies, Alicia's talking about she was raised by a single mom and she don't really agree with her husband's ways, but she don't say nothing either. Yeah, all this mom, I was raised by a single mom. I'm a strong Black woman. Not so much, because when your husband tell you what to do, you sit there and be quiet and do it. But she did behind the scenes say she told him, you ain't really no man. You don't even know how to work a toolkit. So there's that. Simone asked Phaedra if she wants to remarry. And she's like, yeah, one day your children will be grown and leave. Like, okay, girl. And that's when I really can start living. Like, what are you saying? You ain't saying nothing but a word. I can finally be free. Okay. I ain't going to be one of them grandmothers tied down every weekend. I'm going to be out and about. Mama got to have a life too. Okay. At least that's what Phaedra was making it seem like, child. But Phaedra was like, because she was like, I don't want to get remarried. Like, not really. And I got a pretty little coin. I ain't trying to split it with nobody. Call me. We can have an Oprah and Stedman type of situation, but that's about it. And matter of fact, you stay at your house and I'm going to stay at mine. That's what I was gathering. And Simone was like, oh, but you'll be alone. And Phaedra was like, I'm not lonely. She's like, not now because you're busy, but when the kids are grown, there's always something to do. When my kids are home, I still always got something to do. I will find something to do. I don't have to. If she don't want to get remarried, she don't. It's like they just couldn't say that. Like, you don't want to get married? Oh my God, what will your identity be? Like, what will you even be doing? Is life even worth living? You might as well end it all if you don't want to, be attached to a man. Like, I'm so far removed from being a male identified pick me. I don't know what to do. Like, if she don't want to get remarried, that's fine. She's already been married. She got married for the wrong reasons the first time. She appeared lying. She was clearly 7 months pregnant, talking about she was 2 months pregnant because of judgment and fear and shame. See, I'm telling you, people used to have shame. They did. They pulled a heavenly Dr. Damon and tried to hurry up and rush and get married, and it didn't last because it wasn't right. If she don't want to do it again, she don't want to do it again. She don't have to do it again. All this, you'll be alone. I felt more alone in a relationship where there was a loveless relationship, literally in the house with the person every day, laying next to them every night. I felt more lonely with the person in the home every day than I do being single. Like, you can be with somebody and feel alone. So don't act like just because somebody's there. I've seen plenty of people who are married and it's like, girl, where your husband at? He'll never come to no events. He don't show up for you. You doing everything by yourself. You might as well be by yourself, girl. Stop, please. Simone acting like, oh my gosh, you don't want a man. You don't even want to touch your man. Girl, and your kids don't get out the house. So they might not get out the house as soon as you acting like that's talking about one day they'll leave. When will your kids leave? Where about that? But anyway, I do appreciate Phaedra keeping it real. And talking about what happened with Apollo. Apollo was like, you don't want to get married, but I do, honey. He done moved on, got him a new wife. So at dinner, Phaedra arrives, overdressed with a sparkly, glittery dress on. When they were sitting there, I was like, I forgot Heavenly had left. Toya said Phaedra, because I guess they asked about her sparkly sequence little number she had on. And she gonna say, I don't think she was just inappropriate. Phaedra's trying to find a man. She needs a man. So, I mean, whatever it takes. Did Phaedra say she needs a man? She's trying to find a man? She just made it seem like she don't care about no man. And she said she was dating. Like, stop trying to put that on her. This lady did not say she's in dire need of a man. Anybody can just get a man. Like, it's not about just, I just need a man. Anybody can get a man. We want a man like Dr. Eugene. We want a good man, Savannah. Dr. Eugene's ain't walking around like that now. They ain't just so easy to find. See, Toya lucked up and she think like it's just like that. Nah, honey. That's like literally finding a needle in a haystack. So they started talking about Sweet Tea, because they were, Dr. Jackie had to bring up sitting with Vice President. Anyway, I'm gonna leave my thoughts about y'all Vice President alone. But, she was excited about that. And Sweet Tea was like, yeah, I was in so much pain. And my doctor told me to get over it. They don't think we feel pain, honey. And she's like, I appreciate being around y'all. So I appreciated Sweet Tea giving the doctors their flowers. Dr. Jackie, because, she's talking about she wants to have a child. And Dr. Jackie mentioned surrogacy if she doesn't get pregnant in a few years. If they wait any longer, Dr. Eugene gonna be 65 by the time they have this child. Like, y'all need to jump on it and figure out what y'all gonna do. Not to rush you, but I'm just saying. But Dr. Jackie shares that, like, with surrogacies, like some family, they don't want the surrogate to have any intercourse or anything during the pregnancy. What that had to do with anything, I don't have a clue, but I mean, it came up. And Toya was like, yeah, I mean, she had to overshare, talking about how Dr. Eugene didn't want to do it like they did it, but he didn't want to. And she goes into great detail. And I was like, girl, I could have gone my whole life never, ever knowing that. And then it was like detail. Like, now I got an image of my Toya, shut up. She always did talk too much. Now, me, I'm extremely high risk. So that definitely wasn't even a factor for me during, not during no pregnancy, no. They discussed the trip and, they try to like mention quad, but child boring. Moving on. Toya, she needs help taking her tracks out. Dr. Eugene, I thought he was gonna cut cause it was hanging out a little bit in the front. I'm thinking, okay, he just gonna cut the side off and blend it. Child, no, he was taking out her whole sew in. I said, that man loved Toya. He loved Toya. Toya, you don't even realize, girl, you got you one. You got you one. But on a side note, who did Toya's tummy tuck? And I only know that because the belly button be sitting up high, but I don't even care. I want one. And I don't even judge your mother. I don't care. I want one. Okay. I had 2 children. I deserve it. If I had a Dr. Eugene, I probably would have had one by now, been healed up, ready for the summer, but whatever. Anyway, Heavenly is talking to her daughter, Alora, who's, about to leave the nest. And she can't wait to get up out of there, as would I if I was her. Again, Heavenly has on this wig, and it's like, Heavenly, you own a beauty supply store. And we know beauty supply stores don't got the best wigs. But if you want to sell wigs at your beauty supply, if you're going to buy a beauty supply store, you got to represent. You would just stop wearing that wig. Put a hat on top or something at least. So Laura was like, look, I'm leaving and I want you to build a relationship. I thought she was going to say with my dad, y'all need to be more intimate and, work on y'all relationship without me around. No. She tells Heavenly to stop being stubborn and talk to her sister. While Laura is very mature for her age, she's giving her mother sound advice. And, Heavenly does reiterate that this was her mother's last wishes. We saw Heavenly and her sister's dynamic before. If y'all been watching Married to Medicine from the start, like I have. And they don't have a good relationship. But it was her mother's wish that they got close. You can't force that relationship, Laura. If it's gonna happen, it's got to be because they both want it, not because one person wants it, not because you want it for them. They both gotta want it, and until then, it's not gonna happen. But more importantly, this is giving storyline. What was that number that Heavenly called? I said I ain't never heard no voicemail sound like that. Is that an Android? Then she gonna leave this long voicemail about I hope we can make up and talk again. Girl, this could have been a text. I don't know. It just wasn't believable to me. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. But then it got heavy at the end of the episode. I was like, let me, wake up a little bit because Sweetie is at the doctor's office. I don't think I could go to my doctor's appointments on camera because you tell me some bad news. I don't need no camera up in my face while I'm trying to process, which is exactly what happened. She talks about the pain in her ovaries and constantly bleeding and talking about she got to change the pad every 3 hours. I was like, dang, I wonder why she didn't go to the doctor before. The doctor says that she has endometriosis. Oh, my gosh. Why is that so hard for me to say? Anyway, and fibroids. Sweet Tea, she said she looked at her picture of her x-rays, or I don't know, whatever she was looking at. And the doctor was like, you got large cysts and you may need surgery. And there's a 50% chance that you may experience infertility. So Sweet Tea is about to start crying and she's trying to process this with this doctor just looking at her and this camera crew. And the doctor's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, these doctors be so because when she first told her, it was just like, yep. And there's a chance you might not have any children, another day at the office. And I'm like, ugh. Then she realized, yeah, girl, bedside manner, compassion. This is who wants to hear this, okay? But Sweet Tea begins to cry. I felt so bad. I will say 50% chance is a chance. If there's a chance, there's a chance. Until they tell you that you can't, and even then, there's a chance. But until somebody say you cannot have any children, then we're going to go with you can have children. We ain't speaking that. We ain't claiming that, and we don't receive that, okay? I don't know what y'all believe in, whatever y'all believe in, whoever y'all believe in, when speak positivity and light into them. Because I know she said she really wanted this. She really wanted to have this child, and I know how bad Dr. Greg want to have this child. Quad wouldn't give him one at all. She I ain't even going to talk to no doctor. I ain't doing it. Sweet Tea actually wants to do it, and it's your body is just not allowing it to happen at this moment. Maybe when she gets the surgery, I don't know. I had PCOS, and we was talking about it on Bell Collective last season because Leticia brought it up over here. And that's one of the Like a lot of women experience infertility. That's a major side effect with PCOS, your hormonal imbalance and all that. It's not, anywhere near what Sweet Tea is going through, but it does cause like infertility. And I have 2 children. And I actually, if y'all been with me for a while, you know that I actually lost my first child. So technically, I've been pregnant 3 times, but my first child passed away. So it's like they say, oh, it won't happen, it can't happen. If it's supposed to happen, it will happen. Okay. If the Lord knows the desires of your heart. So if it's meant to be, it's going to be. And now with medicine and all this technology and surrogacy, if that's what it takes to get there, then that's what it takes. But that's gonna be the last resort, okay? Because we claiming that Sweet Tea gonna get pregnant. She said it's gonna happen. I said, I know that's right, girl. She calls her husband to share the news. He's, clearly trying to be strong and be positive for her. He's like, we just gonna pray, and he's there for her, telling her he loves her. And I did appreciate how much he was supporting her in that moment, because I'm like, not only did a girl have to hear the news on camera, now y'all forcing her to make a phone call. Sheesh, give her a minute. Like, get out the room. Like, let her process what's going on. But a lot of people saying they think that she already knew this before and all this stuff. I don't know if she did or not. Even if she did know this before and she sat up there and was trying to use a baby to get that man, it don't matter. If you want to have a child and you're a woman and then somebody tells you you can't or you might not be able to, that is still a hard thing to go through. So let's still show Sweet Tea some compassion, okay? If it's on your heart to do so. But otherwise, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Drop down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Meet me back here next week. Oh, and if you watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, me and the Bell Perspective TV will be going live tomorrow to discuss Reunion Part 1. So meet us here on my channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's this Tuesday. Otherwise, bye.